Alright, trade recap for 9/22/2025. We took one trade today, which was this short. I forward tested this long, which ended up playing out, but I'll get into that. Let me just kind of run down my bias. I was honestly like leaning more bearish a little bit. I know we're kind of pretty close to all time, or at the time we're around here, and the all-time highs were up here. I mean, but my reason for being bearish was, or if I would have wanted to long, it would have been more down here, which was a pre-market, but I'm not gonna do that. But I was bearish because we had this unfilled 1 hour, and NQ was leading, so we were gonna create SMTs. So we entered inside this 1 hour right here. And I was honestly looking for shorts right here. Whenever NQ took London, we had an SMT externally, and ES was like down here. And then I was gonna take this 1 minute inversion, but we ended up creating the 5-minute condition. And if this 5-minute would have inversed, I would have taken the short, but we ended up respecting it, and we ended up getting a 1 minute inversion out of that, which led to this long. The only reason why I didn't take this long, because one, I felt like we're too bought up in premium. Like, just go like on the 15-minute or something. We're just super extended, and like I don't want us to rebalance to like EQ or like something, like a little pullback, like not just this retracement, like which we did to that 5-minute, but like, we didn't retrace really to, we didn't really retrace it to discount. It was more just we're still in premium, so that's why I didn't take this long. Also, there was no like SMT inside of this compared to like the trade on Friday, which there was, and we were inside a unfilled 1 hour unmitigated, and those are very strong. Unfilled 1 hour, and we had an SMT at the highs. And I know if I would have taken this long and it would have gotten stopped, I would have been like, why are you longing when we have like an SMT at the highs and unfilled 1 hour, like all these confluences to go short. And I just didn't want to take that risk of, you know, longing in premium, and if it were to get stopped out, I knew I'd be mad at myself because we had SMT unfilled 1 hour that we could reject off of. And we had like the 1 hour change in the state whenever we closed below this candle. But I mean, it ended up playing out. I know a couple people took this, but you know, I didn't want it. I could have played out, but yeah. So you know, this ends up hitting, but I did forward test it. I put a projection stop at this low, or honestly, you could have put stops at the body because that's not an SMT low, so you don't really need to put a stop at that low. But yeah, it would have hit. So yeah, so after that, I was okay. Took all-time highs. Let me hold on. Let me bring ES over. Okay, this is ES. ES is about to take all-time highs too. So yeah, we had an SMT at 906 when NQ took all-time highs. Higher high. ES, where's 906? Right here. Higher low. But yeah, we took all-time highs, we had an SMT, and then we had this, and honestly, I was looking for, hold on, where's this at? I was looking for possible longs whenever we pulled back right here to this unfilled 5-minute gap. Like if this 5-minute gap would have got tapped into this candle, I would have taken longs, a continuation log up here, but we did not end up getting tagged, and then and the only reason why I would have considered longs at this point, because well, actually, yeah, I would have, because we were gonna clearly close above the 1 hour gap, so invalidating that bearish bias, and it would just be a continuation pullback to this 5-minute to target all-time highs. So, but yeah, we end up taking all-time highs. We have an SMT, and then we create this 1 minute fair value gap. It's super tiny, but yeah, that 1 minute gap, and then I enter once we inverse this right here. Boom, stops SMT high, yeah, around there, and TP at the unfilled 5-minute. Is right here. right here. Boom, 1 for 5 minute. That was TP stop loss, and boom. So got the 1 minute inversion, and then this is all I'm targeting because there's no reason why I should be targeting lower. Like, there's an unfilled 15 minute, but it's just unrealistic because one, we're at all time highs, and we don't know what the market's gonna do after that. So I only took this because we had an SMT, and I'm just looking for us to rebalance us, just a retracement trade, not to catch the reversal. That's why I only targeted the unfilled 5 minute, because I mean we're gonna have to retrace at some point. The market just doesn't go up, so that's why that was my TP. I went break even around here, around this low, and we end up hitting TP, and then we literally reverse and pump more. But I think like the only probably thing I could have done better was like going with higher size. Only went in with my normal size, which was around like 5 cons, and I was only risking like $100 here. So, and I usually risk like 250 to 200. So I could have gotten with like higher size to like for a bigger day, but I mean we still secured a green day, still got a dub. Waited patiently, followed rules. And plus, I mean, I didn't mind going in with lower size because for all we know, this inverse could have failed and could just continue hard. But I mean, we had an SMT and we needed to rebalance at some point. So that's why I was, pretty convicted that we would just go to this 5 minute in the reverse. But yeah, that's the only trade I took for today. This short SMT at all time highs, just a retracement trade to them for 5 minute, and yeah, that's the only trade I took. I didn't want to take this. It was too premium for me. I just didn't like it. I knew I'd be mad if I were to get stopped whenever we have, bearish confluences like the unfilled 1 hour and the SM external and internal SMT, because we ended up souping this high and then ES was down here. So I didn't like it. so yeah, that's the trade recap for the day. One win, and yeah, I'll catch y'all later.